fast to www.pastorpaulgold.com. Hey, have you taken a good look at the banks lately? On the surface, everything seems fine, but there's a whole lot more going on underneath. It's like looking under the hood of a car and finding a mess of broken wires and parts. The parts are loans for homes, cars, and those credit cards we all use. They're hitting record highs. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Why risk your money for a tiny 5% return when things are so shaky? This is where Noble Gold Investment can come in and help. They're like that friend who knows all about keeping money safe. They suggest gold and silver, oldies but goodies in the finance world. Plus, they got a sweet deal on this right here. 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin. They'll give this to you for this month. 1/4 of an ounce of gold. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you're curious, just give them a call at 877-646-5347. It's just a chat, no pressure, and they'll help you figure out if gold and silver is right for you. Go visit them at www.pastorpaulgold.com and take the first steps toward a safer financial future.
Gunmen attacked a village in Burkina Faso, resulting in the tragic death of at least 15 Catholic worshippers who had gathered for Mass at a church in the conflict-ridden northern region, as reported by church officials. The incident, which occurred on Sunday in the village of Essakane, is described as a terrorist attack by Abbot Jean-Pierre Sawadogo, the Vicar General of the Catholic Diocese of Dori, where the assault took place. 12 individuals lost their lives on the spot, and 3 others succumbed to their injuries during subsequent medical treatment. 2 additional individuals sustained injuries in the attack. As of now, there is no claim of responsibility for the shooting. The shooting had occurred in a region where armed groups have carried out numerous attacks, some specifically targeting Christian churches, while others involved in the abduction of clergy. Approximately half of Burkina Faso is currently beyond the control of the government, as armed groups have inflicted widespread devastation for years, Al Jazeera is reporting. These fighters have been responsible for the deaths of thousands and the displacement of over 2 million people, posing a significant threat to the nation's stability. Burkina Faso witnessed 2 coups in 2022, adding to the challenges faced by the country. Since the initial coup in January 2022, the military rulers have grappled with the task of restoring peace in the violence-stricken areas. The death toll exacted by armed groups has almost tripled compared to the preceding 18 months, as indicated by an August 2023 report from the Africa Center for Strategic Studies. On Sunday, former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro led a sizable rally in Sao Paulo, where he refuted allegations of involvement in a coup plot to retain power. Thousands of Bolsonaro supporters, adorned in Brazil's national flag colors of green and gold, gathered on Paulista Avenue, a prominent thoroughfare in the country's largest city, to express solidarity with the ex-leader amid growing legal challenges. Bolsonaro, a far-right populist, had mobilized the protest via the social media platform X, framing it as a, quote, defense of democratic rule of law. The former president is currently under investigation by the Brazilian Federal Police for an alleged coup attempt to stay in power after his defeat in 2022's presidential election, as confirmed by his lawyer in early February. Several former ministers from Bolsonaro's government are also under investigation, with some aides having been arrested. This is according to CNN Brazil. During the rally, Bolsonaro asserted that he is facing persecution without directly referencing the institutions conducting the investigation. In the previous year, Brazil's highest electoral court barred Bolsonaro from running for political office until the year 2030, citing the abuse of power and the misuse of public media during the 2022 election campaign. Following Bolsonaro's narrow electoral loss to leftist President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, his supporters engaged in riots and broke into government buildings in Brasilia on January 8th of 2023. Bolsonaro has denied any involvement in inciting the violence during the Capitol attacks. During Sunday's rally, Bolsonaro advocated for parliamentary amnesty for those detained in connection with the January 8th riots in Brasilia, as reported by CNN Brazil. Additionally, Bolsonaro was observed waving an Israeli flag during the rally, signaling opposition to Lula da Silva, who had previously likened Israel's offensive on Gaza to the Holocaust. On Sunday, AT&T revealed its decision to provide a $5 bill credit to numerous customers who experienced the extensive cell phone service disruption last week. The outage, reaching its peak on Thursday, impacted over 70,000 customers. Earlier in the day, waves of outages were reported, affecting more than 32,000 and 50,000 customers at different times. Quote, "We apologize for Thursday's network outage," said AT&T based in Dallas. Quote, "We recognize the frustration this outage has caused, and we know we let many of our customers down," CNBC reported. In a statement issued on the day of the service disruption, the company explained that an initial review determined the service interruption was the result of, quote, "the application and execution of an innocent process used during the expansion of our network and not a cyber attack." The Federal Communications Commission initiated an investigation into the outage, with support from the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security, as confirmed by White House officials. AT&T clarified that the $5 credit might take up to 2 billing cycles to become effective, and specified that the reduction would not be applicable to prepaid businesses or Cricket Wireless customers.